Hello, guys. I have work that I have yet to finish. I don't know if I should do this way or that way. I don't know. But anyways, I have work that I have yet to finish and I'm not finishing it. So I'm like, I'm just going to stream it so I can get it done. It's not that interesting, but I'm just going to be talking to myself. Well, first, I'm going to do work that I guess is not as interesting. And then after that, I'm going to use something called agent client protocol, which allows you to use your AI agents inside of like particular editors. I think you can already do that kind of, but it's not like a native solution. So that's what I'm going to do. But first I have to, I basically have to fill out this, repository, like some information in a repository that people are waiting up for me on. So I'm just going to share that and get that done and out the way, and then we can get into the fun stuff, I guess. So yeah, you guys are going to see my email. I don't think anything is super like private in here. I don't know. I mean, there probably is, but nothing right now. So right now, one thing I need to get done is we're gonna do a hackathon in collaboration with Apollo, and I'm not giving away all the stuff for it, but there is some areas where I thought that said like to do something about Rizal somewhere here. I did see one right here. Okay, but basically I gotta fill out the rest of this so that we know what's supposed to be added for this hackathon. And I've been like delaying this. I know they're waiting on me, and the hackathon is like next week. So I gotta get this done. And then I actually have another hackathon thing to do. So this might be a little wild, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna edit right in the repo. Nah, no, I'm gonna clone it like a good person. So I'm gonna go ahead and clone this and open up my terminal. Cool. CD documents, and then I'm going to do like there. No, I'm not gonna create another folder. I'm just gonna do this. What? Cannot resolve to a repository? Why not? This is literally the name. Actually, this has happened to me recently. And I'm wondering, does GH not work? It does. Either because I always use GH repo clone. That's literally what they have here. Either something changed. Let me move this out the way. Either something changed recently in terms of like the syntax, or there's something broken on GitHub's end, because look, I was able to just clone it just now. So I'm going to go ahead and cd into agentic UI template. And actually, I'm going to open this up in Cursor. I could have sworn there was a part where Amanda, who works at GraphQL, like told me like fill out this one part, but I don't see it in there. I'm going to open this. I'm going to go in documents, and I'm going to grab this here. All right. And I'll make it a little bigger, and I just gotta look at the README. I'm so well, it's like I'm getting a lot done, but not a lot done at the same time. It's really wild. They just had MCP Dev Summit. I think it's because I'm having so many different like hats to wear now, which I actually like because it allows me to switch it up a lot. Like I've been getting to do a lot of event planning since the person that typically plans the events is on maternity leave, and now I'm like new to this tech lead stuff. Well, I'm really a good amount of months in now, so I'm doing that, and then I have to do my IC work as well, which has been really interesting to like go between all three, but at the same time, I think I'm not able to give 100% to each of them because like that's just not realistic. Okay, so the first thing they were saying was I needed to say like the steps for people, but I feel like she filled it in. So let me just read it all out. This is a joint hackathon, da 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 da. If you have any questions, hackathon help channel in the Discord. Link TBD. I wonder. Oh, let's put goose as lowercase in all these instances as well. So I'm gonna find the word goose and let's lowercase it. She said like if I find anything, just fix it. Good. Cause like, oh no, that wasn't all of them. I thought that was all. Did they replace all? Yeah. Because like brand guidelines were a lowercase g, guys, not an uppercase G, but not a lot of people know that. And I also haven't been following the rules. So now I'm trying to really follow the rules. So blah blah blah. We have this. If your goal is to do blah blah blah. Okay. Required technology, additional technology, who can participate, and then she put the judging criteria. Here it is. To do. Rizal add link and details of the credits and how they work. Okay, perfect. This is where I want to be. So you'll need an API key. I want to say to have access to an Anthropic model via the open router. Okay, I'm gonna not overthink this because I was like, oh my god, you guys are gonna think this is stupid because you're watching, but who cares? Via the open router provider, I'll go back and change it after. For this hackathon, you'll be provided with credits to use Claude Sonnet for, oh, isn't it like that? Or I just say for. If you have personal accounts and access to other models, you are free to use whatever you like. There are no restrictions on model choice. And then now I do the how to grab your model. So I can do, let's see. How many tabs makes it be indented? 1, 2, 3, 4. How to grab, and I'll change this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use AI to help me just format it better, but this is just my idea. How to get your API key. And then there was another area where I saw them say Anthropic, but it's really open router. Anthropic. Here we go. You add your, I think it's really going to be open router. Key to agent.env. Let me see where this .env thing is. Okay, yeah, I'm going to tell her we need to change that. I think it's open router key. We'll see too. All right. I think it's open router API key. API key. Because Anthropic's the provider, but they're going to be using that particular model through the provider. Okay, next thing I want to do is the actual steps. So they're going to go to go to the API credits app. I don't know, we can call this something better. It's called Get Goose Credits. Y'all, I used AI to make this. It was great. And then we're going to, actually, I could just hover over it. Paste. Oh no, I thought that works. Never mind. Maybe I don't have the hotkey. And then the next thing they need to do is enter their email, enter your email. And the next thing you need to do is enter email, and it'll give you an API key. Let's go through it together, guys. Oh, the registration's closed. But it'll give you an API key. Copy or download the API key. Copy or download the API key, the generated API key. And then the next thing I'm going to put after that is, what do they do next? I'm going to link them to the documentation for using Goose. block.github.io. Configure LLM provider. Open router. Okay, I'm going to say this. Download, install Goose. And then all right. Also, how are people feeling? Like, I've been noticing that a lot of people seem stressed, not just at my job, but just in general. Like, my husband, he's a really chill person, like, not even compared to me, just in general. I am not. I'm like the complete opposite. I'm like a ball of anxiety. I'm a walking heart attack. But he's just like, really chill. But lately he hasn't been. And like, maybe this last month he's feeling like so much pressure. My friend, he's feeling pressure too at his job. He's not even in tech. I'm like, is it the state of the job market? Like, what's happening? And then I could tell my teammates are too. I know why, because there's so much going on at my job. It's hard to feel like you can keep up, to be honest. I was just trying to see if we have like a particular thing, but I'm gonna say maybe the quick start will help people. Configure provider. I'm trying to look for something that's like really simple. I'm going to do this. Yeah. Oh, here we go. That's what I want. Configure Open Router as your provider. Okay. Configure Open Router as your provider inside of Goose. Again, we're going to go back and like ask, I'm probably going to ask ChatGPT to just smooth this out for me. So that it's clear and concise. That's what I always say. That's like my main prompt for any like communication stuff I do, because I know I'm a little bit more verbose when it comes to writing, and then like the details get lost in the sauce. So once they do that, once they configure Open Router as their provider, choose Claude recommended. Choose Claude for Anthropic. This is how it's typed, right? Anthropic Claude for Sonnet as your model. Or is it Claude Sonnet 4? Let's see how it's written in the Open Router world. Anthropic Claude. Okay, yes. Claude Sonnet 4. What did I write? Did I write Claude 4 Sonnet? Yeah, I did. It's this one. And then hopefully the way I wrote this is not hard or confusing for people. Yeah. I could link it so people know. And now let's ask ChatGPT, can you make this concise? I was literally thinking about how much I use different AI tools all day long. Like, I know people are scared of using AI or they're feeling resistant. And I understand why, but I did see a tweet. Oh, that's not what I wanted to copy and paste. I did see a tweet the other day. I think it was from Justin Samuels or Thug Debugger. And it's like you really just got to start thinking of AI as just another tool that you're going to put in your toolbox, like as if you were going to learn JavaScript or Rust, or okay, now you have to use this new code editor. It's just putting it in your toolbox so you know what's going on. Mostly I see this because I don't want anyone to lose their job. And or just become, not even like if your company is just doing layoffs, just become like somebody that's not up to date with things. Like that's the hard part about being in tech. But that you have to like continue to keep up with everything. But it's the life we signed up for. You know? Um I don't know. I think I have a different perspective on jobs than most people. Like I know that, like, for example, my brother-in-law at one point, he wanted to only like do music, and like his parents were like, well, you have an education degree, so like use that so that you can have some money on the side while you pursue like music and theater. And he felt like really passionate, like, no, I don't want to do that. And then eventually he ended up doing it. And then like other people in my life too, like maybe my sisters like that and stuff like that, like my youngest sister. And for me, I'm like, a job is a job. Like, realistically, even if it's the thing that you like to do, you're still going to sometimes hate it. There's still going to be stuff that you don't really want to do. If it's not like compromising your integrity, like you're not like hanging out with somebody you strongly don't believe in their values and stuff like that, I think that's just how life is. I don't know. I always have a harder time like understanding when people are like, well, I don't want to do this. I'm like, I've never, not just for AI, just for anything. Like if your boss gives you a task and you just don't want to do it, I guess you could do that. It's just never dawned on me that that's like a possibility to just say I don't want to do it. Maybe it's just how I was raised, or like my life experiences. I don't know. But I'm like, I don't, I just do it. If it's nothing that's like really compromising me, like I'm not signing up to be like a terrorist or something. I'm like, you want me to create a repository? I'll do it. You want me to write a blog post or create a video? I'm not a fan of creating videos, like recorded videos. But if I gotta do it, I gotta do it. Because at the end of the day, they are giving me something. They're giving me money. I want the money. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'm not really a work for passion type of person. I'm more like a work for survival type of person. And I keep that separated in my mind. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna tell ChatGPT, make this concise and clear. Let's see. Thank you, ChatGPT. Perfect. But you're free to use any model. Well, now I'm wondering if Amanda will feel like, damn, you changed my words. But okay, whatever. Not whatever about her, but okay. And I want to tell it. So this is already part of a numbered list. I'll show you. So I need help with the formatting. I have given my brain power. I'm just kidding. I was gonna say my brain power all the way over to AI. That's not really true. But for things that, okay, here we go. For things that I don't really want to do it that bad, that my manager told me to do, I'm like, AI, you got this. Help me out. I'll put my flavor in it so I'm not like embarrassed to see it out there in the wild. But something like formatting, I hate doing that, even though it's really simple. There we go. That's what I want. Oh, wait. I hope it doesn't change everything she wrote. Follow this setup guide. Okay. I'm not gonna take everything. I'm just gonna take the top part because that's what I needed. And let's see how it comes out. Paste. Perfecto. And preview. Cool. That looks right. Why is there a little quote thing right here though? What the heck? Does that just mean I thought that was like the bar of like something got quoted? I don't know. I don't know what that's about. And then there was another to do for me. To do Rizal. Okay. To do ask Rizal about this section. Oh, how to make a new Goose recipe. Goose recipes are reusable workflows that package extensions, prompts, and settings together. Goose will make a recipe from your current working session. To create a recipe from your working session, how about I just link it? Because there's different ways to do this. You could either be in your terminal or you can be in the Goose UI. And I don't know if you will necessarily. Let me see. Let's try it out right now. What Goose? You would think I would know this, but yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, let's find a past chat. Sure. This was like a test I did. I don't know why what I said, I feel like that was mad controversial. I'm like, don't hate me, guys. I know I have maybe a toxic view of work. If you do /recipe in here, it's not gonna do it. Yeah. So that's what I figured. So what I'm gonna say is instead of doing this, because there's like the UI way and the CLI way, and instead of writing that all out, and then maybe you're in a Windows versus Mac and all that. Like, let's just link them to the documentation that's already here. To create a recipe, Goose will make da da da. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Follow the recipe guide, which that sounds really dumb. So I'm gonna ask again. ChatGPT made this sound a little better. I just want this to be clear for readers. Can you make this sound clearer and more professional? Well, let me show it in full context. Here is the full context. And yeah, I could use Goose, but for some reason, The results from Goose with GPT-5 are a little different. And for this particular situation, I like using ChatGPT better. In other situations, I like using Goose, and we're going to in a second. Okay. Yeah. To do so, follow the steps in the. You can generate a recipe directly from. Okay, I like that. Let's do it. And then I honestly could take this out of here. Hide sidebar. That's what I wanted. And then there's another area with result. Okay, to do result Goose Shop, social media side quest. Now that's a question I have of what I'm gonna do for this MCP hackathon. So I want to be able to give folks swag if they tweet something on social media, but I don't know what they're gonna tweet. So I'm gonna use ChatGPT again. Okay, because it's not like I'm not gonna use my brain. There's a couple like directions I think I want to go, but I'm like, how do we make this like it's cool? Like I'm like I could have them tweet out an image or oops, sorry. I can have them tweet out anything, but I just want to get jump started on how this will work. Oops. Edit, redo. Okay. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT my goals. And I might compare the results with Claude. I'm going to use this as my brainstorming partner. You know, Claude. It's not typing. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to describe what I need to do. I'm going to host, I'm going to host a swag giveaway for my company if people do some kind of engagement on social media. This is for Goose. Help me brainstorm some ideas. I might be like, yo, I really like that idea. I'll take it as is, or I might build up on the idea, or I might say all of these ideas suck so bad that it just gave me an idea for a better idea. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and say that. ChatGPT knows all about me and Goose. Claude doesn't. So I'm just gonna take that out. And let's see what ChatGPT said. Like a repost challenge. Yeah. Use a fun post a pic of your desk setup. Okay. These people will likely be at a Apollo GraphQL conference. And they actually have a hackathon challenge that they're participating in. Because I want it to be related. And the challenge is... Maybe I shouldn't have changed this. And I should just leave it at Anthropic API key. Because it's not like the name matters. Well, the name matters in the case of whatever code Amanda has. So I don't need to be like pedantic about that. Let me see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, me and ChatGPT were talking about something. And okay, I'm gonna show it the challenge to see if that helps. Tag a friend, mini demo clip. It always gives me a stupid Goose Mad Libs. Who wants to do that? Goose sightings, leaderboards, scavenger hunt, Goose recipe share. Okay. Agent selfie challenge. Snap a pic at Apollo Hackathon with a Oh, conference bingo, that's fun. Ugh, I'm gonna have to think of this offline. I wanna think of something cute, and typically, my thinking is just me sitting in silence, just like, because I hated all these ideas from ChatGPT. Let's see what they say. Post a photo with the swag and tag your company. But then what? So you can get more swag? That's dumb. Share to their story and tag. Post a fit check. Oh, so I need something cute, something that's not like these are given loser. I'm not doing these. So, anyways, I'm gonna just create a branch and put what I have so far. So get checkout dash B result updates goose instruction updates get status, just making sure I didn't add anything weird. Get add all, get commit, some updating API credit instructions. Oh, what did I call the API credit app? Do. Yeah, but I was go to Oh, my mic is muted. My mic was muted. Sorry about that. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Well, I basically just had a whole rant about parenting, but nobody heard it, so that's good. I was just saying, like, it's kind of crazy that like people have to be parents and have their jobs at the same time, because your kid has no clue. Like, looking back, I did not know my parents were like working this hard. I mean, I didn't care that they were sleepy. My kid don't care that I'm sleepy, and it's just crazy. Even if you get help, of course, right? Like, you have someone to watch your kid, now you still have to do stuff to do. All right. Or you still have stuff to do. So what I'm going to do, guys, is show you guys something called agent client protocol. So I wonder how long my mic was muted. This is crazy. So, oh, Alyssa told me she can't hear me anymore either. Oh no. Aw, thanks for watching me. Can you hear me now or no? Can you guys hear me now? No, yes. Oh, yay. All right. It's because I keep. Thanks, Alyssa, for watching me. It's because I keep tapping this stupid mic. Aw, that's good. Cause I'm just saying nothing. Okay. What was I supposed to be doing? I already forgot. Oh, agent client protocol. So let me open up Zed. I've actually never really used this code editor beyond finding out about agent client protocol. So the idea behind agent client protocol is that like you have these like different AI agents, and now you basically have to like go between two different editors, and or like an editor and the AI agent. So you have two different apps and you're like going back and forth. So for example, for me, like if I have Goose opened, and right now I'm working on this app that's kind of ugly right now. Don't worry about it. Don't look at it too hard. But like, let's say I want to tell it, okay, I'm just going to tell it, like, take a look at this. Let me zoom in. Thanks for letting me know, guys, that you couldn't hear me at first. That be happening to me. Take a look at this web app I built. I'll just have it look at that, and then I'll tell it, for the sub-agents panel, can you change the color theme from, what is this, like this green and blue, or yeah, from green and blue to the purple and blue that's used within the application. But basically, if you're doing that, you have to go back and forth between like this application and then your actual IDE, which I'm going to open up the project in here, because you might want to see like what is it changing and all that. And that is a lot of Goose. What did I call this? Goose Unbound, whatever. That's a lot of like context switching. So a lot of what some people like to do, I don't necessarily work this way. Some people like to basically have like their AI agent as an extension, like a VS Code extension or something like that. But now they've made agent client protocol, which allows you to natively use the AI agent within your editor. And let me just find this. Goose. Dang, I didn't know people were for real watching me. I thought I was just talking to myself. So now I'm like, yikes. Who's Unbound? Maybe it wasn't in here. I know where it is. Redesign. Here it is. Okay, so I pull this up, and while Goose is working in the background, we can look at agent client protocol together. There's so many protocols coming out, but this is agent client protocol. And right now, there's not that many clients, agent clients that are like supporting this. Right now it's like Zed. This is cutting edge. That's why it's not like nobody likes it. It's more that this is cutting edge and pretty new. And the whole idea, right, is what they're saying is like this is reducing developer lock-in, so you don't have to stay with that particular interface. You don't have to stay with like, oh, this is only compatible in this situation. I want to work in my editor. I can do that via this. Also, I'm curious who made Agent Client Protocol. Who created Agent Client Protocol? Oh, Zed made it. That's why they're the ones that support it. So hopefully in the future, like VS Code will start supporting it and stuff like that. But I think right now Claude Code. Oh, and they have Goose here. That's great. Wait, how did they find this so fast? Wait a minute, because we just added this like last week. And I was gonna say like we need to open a PR to add it here. Hold on. Let me like look if they have anything about Goose in here and who added it. I'm just nosy. Oh, our coworker did. Okay, that's why. Cool. Okay, so back to where I was at. This is still reading. Let's just stop this. Yeah, I just like to, when I start, I like to like tell Goose, like just look around at the project that I have, get familiarized with it. So far, as you can see, this is what I have. Um, it needs some love. It needs some things added to it. So here's the goal, right? We're hosting a hackathon and I need a landing page for people. And the hackathon is about like creating apps that have unconventional interfaces. So maybe you're using like voice to control the app or gestures or eye tracking or like anything. I think, well, I don't want to spoil the episode that's coming out. So we did an episode with this hackathon. It's going to be really, really cool. We did it with Code TV. Okay, I pretty much spoiled it. Whatever. But we did it with Code TV. I'm excited for it to come out. It's going to be a really interesting one. And people use different inputs beyond like mouse and keyboard to be able to interact with the app that they built. So I kind of want the landing page to reflect that same theme. So like this is a boring theme, right? But then we'll have like the unconventional mode that people can go through. The camera will turn on and you'll be able to like maybe point or something like that and have different parts of it open. I still want to keep it simple enough that I'm not going over scope because this is actually due next week and I forced it. I really did. The other thing is we're encouraging people to use Goose sub agents, or that's at least a requirement. And so the way that I like added that in is I have this little term like developer console that's showing like the sub agents working in the background. Of course, this is fake. It's not like real sub agents, but it's like mimicking that experience. And then it has the console printing stuff out, and like maybe you can enter, or maybe you can't. But yeah, so that's my idea of like how I want this to all go down. And I obviously used AI to generate this. Like this would have taken me so long to build, and I will still have so many bugs as I do right now. I have bugs, but at least this took me maybe an hour. And the way I did it, let me show y'all. Hackathon landing page. The way I did it, I was like this. I actually asked ChatGPT, I asked Claude, and I asked Lovable, and I asked Goose because I want to see like how the experience will change, like how the interface will change between all three of those apps. Like I'm like, which one will I like better? I ended up liking the lovable one better. And then I'm like, all right, I'll just use Goose to actually add logic to it because this is just the like interface itself. But right here, I just basically said, look, I need to make a hackathon landing page. Help me brainstorm. The hackathon challenge will be doing this, this, and that. And then it was like, yeah, here's your ideas. And then I was like, I hate some of these ideas. Like, these are so corny. But then I told it which ideas I think I wanted. And then I told it generate a project, and I kind of did that with all of the other like AI tools that I just mentioned. Okay. So now that you guys are caught up on what I was even doing, let's see. Now we're going to first we're going to see if my thing changed. It stopped running. Let me get this project running again. I don't even know how to use it. This is going to be my first time. Okay, we're going to do npm run dev. It's running on localhost 8082. And cool, it changed the colors for me. This is what I wanted because it looked a little off with the green. Now I'm going to continue to iterate, but what I want to do is not use the Goose the app. I want to use it natively within Zed. And how I already set this up, guys. So if you go into open settings, there's like this object. Let me zoom in even more. There's this object that says agent servers, and inside you say which agent, like which custom agent do you want to bring in here. So there's some that are already like built in that you don't have to bring in, but we need to bring in Goose, and I'll say like the command that I want to use and the argument and all that. So how I get this running is in my terminal, or I guess I could do this right here. I can make a new terminal right here. I didn't even think about that. And I'm going to say goose ACP. Oh, this doesn't work on my company one. So really quickly, goose configure. We're going to switch. Like my company gives us a particular provider to use because that's like the one that's approved. We're a fintech and all that. But I am going to break the rules and I'm going to use Open Router because I have my own API key for that. I can't even see where I'm at. What? One, two. Open Router. I'm not going to update the value. We already have something cooking there. And I do want to use Anthropic Claude Sonnet 4. And now when I type Goose ACP, the Goose ACP agent has started listening. And what is this? Oh, it's an extension I don't think I really need. It's way too big for me to read, that's why. I tried to make it big for you guys to see it, but like my brain. This page is... Let's just see if it still works. I think that's my VPN. I wonder... This is what I want to see. No, we don't. No, we don't. Oh, the Chrome Developer Tools extension. That's fine. I don't really want it. So we have that going. Now the next thing I want to do, I'm taking way too long for this part, is I'm going to hit, there's this like little star icon here. I don't know if people could see it, but it pulls up the agent panel. You can also do command question mark. Oop. I think it's command question mark. That's not working. But okay, I'm just going to click the star, configure at least one provider. There we go. And I'm going to do, it's still loading. Server shut down unexpectedly. Interesting. Okay. I am not going to run this in Z. I'm going to run it in my regular terminal. I didn't have this experience yesterday, but let's debug and figure out what's going on. And I'll just turn off the Chrome Developer Tools extension. There we go. Goose ACP. Great. Maybe I will exit this. I really don't know. I'm new to this. And I remember new goose thread. There we go. I was getting a little nervous, like we're not about to have the show go on. All right, so we have goose here in this thing. I don't know what you call it. Their little agent panel. I hope you guys can see it well. And I'm going to tell it, now I'm going to look at what are the things I want to update here. So I was trying to make this be like a developer console type of thing, you know, like how you can put it to the left and to the right, and you can dock it at the bottom. This is ugly, but you know, I want to update some of this stuff. The detached window, it wasn't really working to put it in a separate window, so I'm going to have it just as a modal. And then the other thing, let's work on just where like different parts of it are. So I'm going to tell it right now that like what is this called? Okay. I'm going to like find some elements. Zoom in. Oh, it is not zooming in on the part I want. Okay. Here we go. I want to figure out whatever this element is called. So it's just called button. Okay. Exit goose, and I'm going to tell it, hey, the button to collapse or toggle the subagent panel is overlapping the icon next to goose subagents. The only thing I'm like literally as I'm typing, sure, you can do a screen capture. So it's gonna like try to capture my screen and see where that's happening. You see a green wallpaper. Okay, so there's a couple things I'm already missing by using the editor in here. Is I miss like the interface of Goose. I can't tell it to stop. It doesn't feel like I can't tell it I want to do multiple things, multiple prompts at once. So that feels a little different for me. Okay, it found the issue though. Good job, Goose. Even though you tried to take the picture, I think it just looked through the code to find it. And let's go look at this get toggle button position. Is this real? How do you search code in Z? Here we go. No. Wow. This is an interesting editor because I'm like a cursor VS Code type of girl. The editor that's probably most robust to me is IntelliJ. Okay, so it found it. It fixed the overlap issue. Let's see if that's true. Refresh. I don't see it. I don't see it fixed. Oh, you stopped running. npm run dev. Anyways, one thing I was complaining about, not complaining. Oh wow, it did not fix it. Oh wait, actually resumed in. So maybe no, it didn't fix it. I want to fix it myself. Let's see. Or this might be something small that I don't need to focus on fixing. And instead, let me tell it some other like small things that we can get done. First of all, make sure all references of goose are lowercase. This is something that it's fine to give an AI agent like agency over, I think, because now you don't have to like this is something that doesn't need as much logic. Just replace all the gooses. I guess I can literally search here and replace it, but then I might be replacing components that have an uppercase G. So I really just care about like the text on the website rather than like if the component has an uppercase G or not. But yeah, before I muted myself, I was complaining about like how do people manage being a parent and doing work at the same time? Because for me, I'm like exhausted, even though like I let my baby stay with my mom. I pay her to watch my baby. And then when she comes home, I'm like, I just want to like relax. I just want to chill out like I used to in the past. But you got your baby out here, she wants to eat or she wants to practice walking. Or at 3 a.m., she's like, I just learned how to clap. So I'm gonna start clapping. Which is so crazy. Like, but I'm sure I did all of that stuff to my parents. Oh, another thing I wanted to show you guys is it automatically committed all these changes to the repository. I have an agent.md file and the goose hints that says every time you make a change, commit it to the repo. The agents.md file and goose hints basically gives like goose additional context that it will follow, right? It'll check those files. Agents.md is a more like universal like file name or whatever that agents typically use. So Goose adopted it as its default, but you have like I think like Codex and Claude Code and whatever, they respect agents.md. Goose hints is what we originally had because there was like cursor rules and all these different things, but people made like a default one that if you're using different AI agents, you still want it to respect particular rules and you don't want to be like, oh, now I have to make a goose hints and a cursor rules and everything for whatever agent you switch between. Because as you saw with me, I already tried like Claude, Lovable, and Goose to do different things. So maybe people want to do that. So I have that happening. And the reason why I do that is because I think sometimes people have this issue where like they complain that like the AI agent like deleted everything or changed everything. And that has happened to me. Like sometimes it'll go rogue and you don't want it to. Like you spent some time. I know you're not like using like super brain power, but you spent some time prompting the tool and you got to something that you possibly liked and now it deleted it all. And part of that is because we're not leveraging version control. But I often don't remember, like I just want to make a change and then move to the next thing. So I just put it in my agents.md that every time you make a change, just commit it to the repo. And then if I hate that, I can easily look at the git logs and revert. So let's see if it made them all small. Cool, it did. The other thing is, I'm trying to think of the other thing that I want to do here. It's really getting this thing together because it's not that cute, but I don't like this is all over the place. And I want Goose to actually see how it looks so it can fix it. Um, I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Maybe if I use the Playwright MCP server. So if I turn on Oh, I forgot I was going to use this recording for my job, but then I started talking about parenthood. I probably won't use this then. Or I'll clip that out. Okay, so Playwright might be the best one, or the Chrome DevTools one. Let's see. The other thing that I'm wondering is I'm like, if you use Goose natively within Z, you can't see how much of the context window has been used up. There's a lot that's missing that I really miss. Oh wow, you could track the agent's location. Now that's something that's amazing. I did want to see like what it's changing and why. So let's look at that happen rather than just like reading it out here. I want to see what files it's touching. So that's amazing. Let me do the Playwright MCP server. Or Chrome developer tools. I'm torn because I saw it not working or it failed to load. But Chrome developer tools is my new friend. I think I just need to re-authenticate my session and I'll be good to go. Okay. Re-authenticate. And then a little bit after this, I'll probably head out. Here we go. It's activating. So the cool thing about the Chrome Developer Tools extension is that, like, what literally Chrome Developer Tools, you can use it to debug or to like measure performance or accessibility. Like you get all that in one. So like this extension really helps like the agent to be able to like be independent and debugging things and giving it more information. I love it. I love it so much. All right. So now I'm going to tell it, let's fix this up. I want to pick small things for it to fix. Okay, first off, when you click agents, console, and network, nothing changes. In the subagents panel, when you click agents, console, and panel, nothing changes. I want those to be clickable. Oh, and I need to get the unconventional mode done. I probably should focus on that more than this thing, because like this is just like design changes, but I do need some logic within here. You're absolutely right. Cool. So it said the tabs don't do anything. Let me see if it brings me to the file that it's in, since it said that you can be able to track or follow Goose through this. Let's see. It's taking a little bit of time. In the meantime, what are other things I can talk about? Now I need to add the functionality to render content based on active tab. I don't see it. Okay, but I can click here and it'll bring me to it. Oh no, maybe it brought me. Hold on. Let me stop touching things. I don't know. I think I'm not doing it right. Like I'm literally sitting here with bated breath to follow along. I'm curious if anybody else has tried like an agent with ACP and if they were able to like follow along with the files it was changing and all that. Let's see. Render tab content. Are you in here? Okay. It already did it. I guess it brought me to this file, but I don't think I'm using it right. I do think this is a really cool feature. I think it's almost like when you're using VS Code Live Share and you see like someone else's in the same file as you and you're able to just jump around with them. But I wish I could see a little bit more. All right, so cool. it allowed me to see these 3 different things. That's awesome. Now the thing I actually wanna do is work on the unconventional mode. So I'm going to use gesture based, and I think I'm gonna create a new thread. I don't know necessarily how the context window is working within Z and ACP and Goose together, but typically if you start a new Goose session, it'll start over with the like context window that you're using up. So I want to get that done. And I'm actually curious if I could see the history of my chats in here. Maybe. No. Interesting. Yeah. So it doesn't get saved in here. I gotta get used to Zed a little bit. I gotta get into this. Um, so let me see. Now I was gonna say let's work on the unconventional mode. So in this app, we have an unconventional mode. I want to start implementing this. Start implementing like no. We have the design for the unconventional for an unconventional mode where people can use like computer vision to control the application. I want to implement, I want to get something working for gesture based detection. I prefer to use media pipe via a CDN. I want to have a few, I'll let it take the lead in what it thinks it should do for this, because I don't know if I want to like point left or right and it moves or whatever, but I'll just let the AI tool take creative authority here. And once I do that, I'll wrap up in a little bit. I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. Um, yeah, I was trying to see if I forced it, like I'm lying. No, I really haven't eaten all day. Let me try the follow goose thing again. It's lighting up green, as in like saying that we're in this file, but I don't think we're in the subagents panel um for this. So I just think I'm unaware or unsure of how to use this. I feel like, are we in here? Because this was, oh no. It's only yellow because I had it opened as a tab, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I wish a Z expert would let me know. Let me know how this part works. Oh, and I lied. You can stop goose right here. Okay. So you do have the opportunity to, if you didn't want to continue with whatever was going on, you can still press a stop button. I thought you just had to let it go. Let it go. So it's creating a gesture detection hook right now for me. Ah, you know what it is doing? It's lighting up. I thought it will open up the file for me, but it turns green in the file that it's working in, I guess. I guess because that there was a change made. Like typically how you will literally edit a file and it will have a different color. So I guess this is the file it's in. I couldn't tell you what it's doing or where. We're literally vibe coding. Real engineers hate me. Oh, okay. I can just click this and it'll bring me to where we're at. I think that's what's okay. Yeah. Now let me update. But that's actually really cool because within Goose, you can't, if you click this, it just shows you like, oh, I edited this file called source components unconventional mode. But then you have to open up your editor and find it. So with this, you can be like, oh, you're literally right here. That's cool. And now it needs to complete the rest of the component and actually add some markers. And we'll see how good or how much we need to improve and change here. Okay. I think there's a lot of people who they may feel a little bit resistant to MCP itself as well. Like I've heard people like, talk about like the security issues around it, or that it's not as robust as people are making it seem, or they're not really understanding the hype. And I think, it's not, people are not excited because this is some overly complex thing. And oftentimes, technology that's overly complex doesn't always serve the compute community, because I've worked with tools that were like overly complex. It took people a while to really wrap their minds around it, and then because of that they were like, this isn't worth using. But if it's something simple that's still impactful, that's important. And I don't want to, I know that every time there's like security in the mix, people say security will come after, not as a second thought, like, oh, like this is a last thought thing that like we're just going to sprinkle in security. But I think sometimes you need to let the innovation happen, and then you'll be able to discover, okay, what are the places where we need to like fill in the blanks or like protect ourselves and stuff like that. And I think we're at that point. I see people on like the MCP community that are focused on like the security of things. But I think both can work in tandem. Yeah. Oh, it's testing it, because I was like, why is this taking so long? So it's literally testing it for me. I'm gonna test it myself. Where were we at? Oh, localhost 8082, unconventional mode. I'm like, these are all my projects of just doing anything computer vision. I think this is because I always wanted to. What are the things I'm supposed to do? Pinch? It's nothing's moving. Swipe left, swipe right. I don't see nothing. Point. And how am I supposed to know where I'm pointing? I don't see any tracking happening. Goosey. Okay. I tried it out. I don't see the app reacting to my gestures, and it's hard to figure out where I'm gesturing to. There's nothing, there's no marker that's showing. I wrote market. There's no marker that's showing my hands or what we're pointing to on the site. Hopefully that worked out. Wow, I've really been here for 1 hour and 16 minutes. That's too crazy. Okay, guys, but I got a lot done. Well, I wish I got more done this week. But what I'm really happy about is my team went to London for the MCP Dev Summit, and I helped to plan a lot of it. And I was a little concerned about, you did all this from scratch? Oh no. I did not do all this from scratch. I am limited for time. I need to have this done like by Friday. I used AI for this. And my whole goal here is like, I work at a company that developed the AI agent, so I'm going to use it as much as possible. I wish I did all this from scratch. I mean, I can, but in the age of AI, I am going to use the tools at my, the tools that I'm given. Yeah. I did not do all this from scratch. It is not working. But I'll give you the context before we go, because I think I'm going to wrap up soon. The context is, first of all, I'm a developer advocate, so I have multiple things to do, like not just coding. I got to like plan meetups and stuff like that. So I don't have as much time to like sit there and like get deep into code as I want to. But We're hosting a hackathon, and part of the hackathon challenge is for people to use the AI agent that we built called Goose to build unconventional interfaces. So build apps that like might use gesture detection or voice based or like I don't know facial expressions or different things. Right? We did a like collaboration with something called Code TV for this. And we need a landing page for people to sign up for the hackathon. And I thought it would be cute if the hackathon landing page had that same theme where it uses some kind of unconventional input too. So yeah, that's the context. And you could say I did all this, but not really. I just prompted. Exit. It's not doing it. Let's go figure out what code it changed. Now let me add the effect to hide the pointer when there's no gesture. Okay, so there's a virtual pointer component. Let's see how it's used. Here we go. Undefined. Maybe we console log some stuff here. Okay. I'm gonna tell it to console log. Let's console log some of the, oh, actually too. And let me just open up the inspect tool and see if anything's happening. Here we go. I'm going to exit, try unconventional immediately when you click that. What is this even referring to? All right, I'm gonna give it to Goose. You know, one thing I used to wonder is like if I mostly like I try to do both. I try to like have a project that I'm regularly like just coding manually and then have a project that uses AI so I can continue to keep up with the industry. But I think one thing I was like concerned about, like back in 2021, when I worked with GitHub Copilot, I was like, oh my God, I'm probably going to forget how to code because I mostly use GitHub Copilot. But then when I jumped into a new company where I had to like code, it came back to me pretty easily. So I I don't know. I just know that like sometimes people are concerned that they become over reliant. I think it really depends on like how you're leveraging AI. If you're like, oh, do every single thing for me, I don't want to think, that's a problem. But if you're like, oh, I know I have an idea of what the problem is or how to find the answer to the problem, I'm just leading like the AI tool to like resolve it for me. Maybe that's not so bad. I don't know. We'll see how everything pans out in the future because there is the concern of like all code will be written by AI and then it won't even be quality. Okay, so let me see what it said it had to do and we can like follow it here. This error is related to the media pipe CDN compatibility. Aha. What's the fallback it's going to use? Let's see. When's the hackathon? I usually just check my work with it or optimize my code with it. Yeah, that's fair. You know, the hackathon is going to be on October 7th. I'm pretty sure I'm revealing it before I'm supposed to. But it's my little small account that nobody really watches. And the announcement's going to be cool. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. All right, try unconventional. This is okay. Media pipe initialized successfully, but we're still seeing an error. I want to figure out where this is happening. I might start from scratch a little bit The good thing is I can revert because I have my agent.md file like I talked about that makes a commit every time I make a change. So I'm going to say git log and we're going to go before we had this media pipe thing added. Fix media pipe. Dang, how many have we done of this? All right. So we're going to go back to this particular. Oh. Does it feel like it's just repeating? Hold on. KK, thanks for popping in. See you next time. All right, yeah, this is the commit I want to go back to. So I'm just going to tell it, revert to this commit. And push the changes. I've been on here for a while. It's like 6 o'clock, right? So I think I'm going to log off and eat food for the first time. And I'll work on this a little bit later. But I probably need to fix my prompt. I'm not much of a person that will like give like a whole like spec to the AI agent. I'm like, just do you. Like, let's see how creative or uncreative you can get. And it's been successful for me so far. Like, I'm not gonna, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I don't like that it got a little confused here with the media pipe stuff. So maybe I'm gonna tell it one more thing before I go. Okay. I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. Okay, maybe it's zoomed in way too much. So I'm gonna say this application This application has the ability to enable an unconventional inputs mode. Hey Shruti, how you doing? So I'm gonna say this application has the ability to enable like an unconventional. Thanks. Yeah, I see you. I see you going live all the time. Like you're really going in on being like a content creator, which I love. This application, I go live sometimes. I'm very inconsistent about it. I do it when I'm like I need to get work done. This app has the ability to enable unconventional inputs mode. I want to, or no, it doesn't. It has the design for it. I want to enable logic for it to actually work. Let's use media pipe CDN. Let's use the media pipe to enable gesture detection. Yes, it does keep me accountable and focused because sometimes I'm like doing other stuff when there's nobody else watching. But since I'm on a stream, like I got to get this done within this like time window. Let's use the media pipe CDN to enable gesture detection. And let's just focus on getting one gesture correct. And maybe that's pointing down to scroll. Okay. So hopefully this will work. Oh, wow. It looks mad big on here. But I couldn't get it to be bigger in this little section. But yeah, I'm probably only going to do this for like 15 more minutes. What tools and tech stack are you using? Okay, let me tell you. I was telling people, but let me tell you. So, my company built an AI agent called Goose, right? So, that's what I'm using. But the thing that I'm trying out right now is agent client protocol, which allows you to use an AI agent natively within an editor. So this editor is called Zed. It supports agent client protocol and Goose does too. So I like set it up where I set it up in the settings. And I was like basically saying like connect to Goose through here. And now I can have a chat with Goose within the editor. So I don't have to go back and forth between the Goose app and that. And then I'm pretty sure this is using React TypeScript and Vite, but I didn't write any of this code myself, to be honest. I don't know why it's using Bun as well. It's using everything, Tailwind. I'm just prompting. It's just because I wanted to try out agent client protocol and because I have very little time to get this project done. So that's what I'm using. Right, ACP is cool, right? So let's see if this works out. The thing I'm trying to do is get I'm trying to use MediaPipe so that like I can be able to do gestures at this like website or web app and it'll like detect those gestures and the app will react based on it. But no, the way it's taken a little bit slow, I feel like I could have just done this myself. But we'll see. And the thing I was trying to figure out too is it says like, oh, you can track Goose's location through Zed and like see what it's changing, but I haven't been able to get that working. Every time I press follow Goose, it's not really bringing me to, I thought it would bring me to the line that it's editing. It just like highlights the files, I guess. Okay. One thing I'm going to add is never run the development server. That takes way too long. I'll run it myself. And I'm gonna put it in Goose Hints too. And whether this works or not, my brain is mentally done. I'm hungry, so I will be out of here. Try unconventional, initializing. Oh wait, I keep saying I'll be out of here, but I just want to get this to work. I see the camera saying initializing, but it never turns on. Can we add some logs to figure out what's going on? Whew. And then I will be out of here for real, for real. Because before I know it, my baby's going to be here. I'm not going to get to eat because she's going to be trying to put her hands in it. And who knows where her hand's been. Okay, it's adding some. I don't know where. Now let's add logging to the script. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe I shouldn't have used a CDN. I just thought it would be a little bit faster. Oh, there we go. The camera's back and it's slow. Whoa, it froze. Refresh. Camera active. I'm going to open up the inspect tool to see if we get any logs here. Loading media pipe. Good. Ugh, why is it so slow? Is too much going on? I told it don't run the development server. Let me check. I'm gonna ask Goose, what ports are running right now? And I'm like in the dark. Hold on. Oof. Running right now. Okay. And I'll have it kill those ports that we don't need, because I think like this computer is going overtime, but I think we're actually really close to where we want to be. I'm gonna say kill port 3000. That's it. I thought we had a couple more. Yeah, kill 4532 as well. And I don't want Olama. Hey, let me type it. Kill this. All right. So maybe. Oh, okay. Every time. Oh, I found this is what's happening, right? Some kind. It's my mic. Thank you for letting me know. Every time I'm gonna get a different mic. This is not the mic for me. I like touch mics way too much. I don't know what one point I got quiet for, but whatever. Yeah, kind of. It's recognizing my hand, but the app is not reacting to it. So that's my next thing. Yeah, this works. It recognizes my hand, but the app is not reacting to it. At a baseline, I would like that if I point up, the app scrolls up. Let's see if it can get that at the very least. Right, React, please. Because if I do that, then I'll feel good. I'll log off and I will go to sleep. Well, I will eat some food. Let's see what we got. It looks like it changed something. Developer text editor. Now I need to update the function to call the on results. Where's this on results thing? On results. Here we go. Let's see what it's doing. So it looks like this method uses a callback and it'll clear the canvas. It'll draw the video frame for me. Okay. And then that's when it does the landmark. So that's what we saw happening, that it was like detecting my hand and putting those landmarks for me. And now it needs to work on the gestures. Oh, and this is how it knows if it's like confident, like the percentage of confidence in like what gesture I made. Interesting. I found this part so cool. Wait. Oh, detect the gesture gets defined right here. Okay. So it says it thinks it's working. Let's see. And it's not running anymore. Oh, localhost. I think it was 8082. Yeah. Fingers crossed. Oh, wait. Nothing. It did it. It's not really reliable, but I just saw it scroll up. Am I wilding, guys? It just did it. It's a little slow. Okay. Sometimes it works. Oh, it says 1 second cooldown between scrolls to prevent rapid triggering. I don't want that. I'm just kidding. I guess I needed that. We'll work on that. But this is good. We got somewhere I can eat now. This is ADHD. I seen someone tweet that people with ADHD, they like sit there and don't eat until like they'll eat as like, oh, they got their work done. This is actually very toxic. Don't be like me. But okay, we got this part working. There's so much more to fix on this. Like even that's bothering me. There's so much to fix. This just floating in the air. I don't know why, but we're done. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna go. But thanks for tuning in. So everybody, including Shruti, hope you're doing well. And I know Alyssa was tuned in and everything. So see y'all whenever I feel like streaming again.